People 18 to 20 have felt alienated by the legal age of 21 and are eager to lower the drinking age so they can buy alcohol. The 18 to 20 age group consists mostly of college students, and according to a study done throughout many colleges over the U.S., about 80% of college students admit to drinking. Based on this study, it's safe to say that a large amount of people 18 to 20 drink. If the drinking age was dropped to 18, those people between 18 and 20 would buy a lot of alcohol and would help the economy a lot. The use of alcohol in colleges is also on the rise and has actually risen 40% since 1980. With the use of alcohol rising in colleges, businesses will only be making more money and helping the economy. This boost in the sale of alcohol could really help businesses that have been in a state of torpor for the last 20 years. In the past 20 years, beer consumption per capita has dropped 3 gallons, and wine and liquor consumption also dropped. An increase in alcohol sales definitely would be a much-needed boost to the American economy. In America, the alcohol industry is responsible for over $400 billion a year in American economic activity, and by lowering the drinking age, that number could rise even higher.
1 minute, 36 seconds. Rebuttal.
Alright. Exploiting underage people is not something that should be considered a good thing. Whether or not it will boost the economy in any way does not change the fact that it will encourage alcoholism in young people.
And by letting younger people purchase alcohol, what's going to happen to death by alcohol-related incidents? What's going to happen to alcoholism rates, or what's going to happen to binge drinking rates? What's going to happen to the rates of people ending up in hospitals from alcohol poisoning? Is it all going to raise? I don't think that'll have a positive effect.
Also, when tobacco was very popular, it was a great economic boost for our economy, but they realized that the health detriments of tobacco consumption and sale was greater than the monetary value it had.
52 seconds. Point 3.
When teenagers are 16 years old, they start to gain some responsibilities, like the responsibility of driving. A 5-year difference between learning to drive and having the ability to legally consume alcohol allows teenagers to gain some more maturity. A smaller gap between the two responsibilities can lead to teenagers becoming more indolent with their privileges. In 1984, Congress and President Reagan set the national minimum legal drinking age to 21 from the previous age of 18. Source A estimates that approximately 25,000 lives have been saved by the 21 MLDA. Lowering the legal drinking age would increase the likelihood of new drivers being intoxicated while behind the wheel, jeopardizing the lives of others as well as themselves. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration found that between 1982 and 1998, there were 61% fewer drinking drivers involved in fatal crashes under the age of 21 and a 56% decrease among 21 to 24-year-olds. These statistics further support that when the drinking age was raised, there were less fatalities in the following years. The insipid nature of teenagers tends to neglect all of the consequences of underage driving. Teenagers statistically don't make the best decisions, so add the alliance of drinking and driving. It's a recipe for disaster. The minimum legal age of 21 is fitting for the maturity of young adults.
1 minute, 24 seconds. Rebuttal.
Yeah. Okay. So you're not really exploiting 18-year-olds if they're legal adults with legal free will. I mean, wouldn't it be exploitation to tell them that they could go off to war and lose their lives? But it's not. Also, increased education would prevent health risks. If you have alcoholism in your family and your parents decide not to tell you that because they don't think you're going to start drinking until you're in college and you're under the influence of your professors and peers, then you're not going to avoid that. But while you're still under your roof, your parents can educate you on over drinking, alcoholism, etc. And if tobacco is such a health risk, why can you still buy it at 18 but not alcohol? And the 25,000 lives saved due to these 21-year-old drinking age can still be attributed to stricter seatbelt laws and stricter DUI laws. And it can also be attributed to more educational groups such as Mothers Against Drunk Driving, which have popped up over the last 20 years and have helped people to, such as designated driver is a part of everyday vocabulary. It's used every day to prevent these kinds of things, and we can't just attribute this lower accident statistic to just the 21 drinking age. There's so many other factors.
Okay, 1 minute. Point 4, Pro.
Within every civilization, there exists a delicate alliance between the government and the governed, where the establishment is obliged to protect the civil liberties of the people it governs, and if it fails to do though, the people are welcome to rise up against this. In the case of alcohol drinking and consumption in our country, this system breaks down entirely. The laws we have in place fail to protect the majority of the people. According to Document D, 75% of people under the age of 21 have illegally consumed alcohol, and even 40% before 8th grade. Is it right to imprison all 75%, over 200 million people of our nation, or even just those children who drank before 8th grade, simply because they chose to ignore the government's harsh control on what they can consume, or what or put into their bodies at any given time? Obviously, this would fail to work, as a functioning society is impossible without these so-called criminals, and the 25% would quickly fail to support this lopsided system. Similarly, almost 60% of 12th graders report, or a third of them report before 8th grade having getting drunk in their life. Whereas the earlier statistic of drinking alcohol may be diluted by those who simply tried alcohol, getting drunk requires a dedication and is indicative of a greater enjoyment of alcohol, and that they choose to drink it and they enjoy drinking it. So by slapping fines on criminals, they doesn't do anything. It fails to stop the drinking of alcohol in our nation. Yeah.
Minute 37. Rebuttal.
Even if the majority weren't abiding by these laws, a minority is still being protected, and should we ignore that minority? As stated before, restrictions by government and by parents are the #1 reason for why kids choose not to drink. And there's a claim that stricter laws
Okay, you guys have claimed that stricter laws are decreasing the accidents and the problems with underage drinking, but the point that was just made was that the laws do not enforce that because it would be too many people under the law. So if law enforcement was stronger in their consequences, then the 75% that are claimed to be drinking underage, that would not be as large of a population.
Okay, 51 seconds. Point 4.
The purpose of the drinking age being 21 is for the protection of the youth of society. Although the legal age of adulthood is 18, the reasons behind this is to prevent the children of the United States from being exposed to a substance that can alter one's personality and behavior, and evidently lead these young-minded individuals to making unthinkable choices. But the placement of this age has not stopped adolescents from getting possession of alcohol. Facts have been presented that about 50% of high school students say it is easy to find and buy alcohol. These students' ages range between 15 and 18, as well as the known abundance of college drinking, which leaves many students in a listless state.
Many people may find this hard to believe, but the average age that most people start drinking is at the age of 13, as stated by SourceFeed. If the drinking age is lower to 18, this will result in an even lower age for children to drink at, maybe as low as 10 or 11. This will also lead students' minds being damaged due to the fact that the brains of children are not fully developed, and the drinking of alcohol would poison their minds and leave them in a state of torpor. 1.5 million college students are killed, injured, or assaulted each year as a result of alcohol. This is a direct quote from Source B entitled Drinking Age Debate Important to Future Young Lives. And so, for this reason alone, the lowering of the drinking age can cause a catastrophic impact on the youth of today in a very negative way.
1 minute, 34 seconds. Rebuttal.
Okay, so it has not stopped adolescents from buying alcohol, and so they're getting into legal problems, and they've been drinking since 13 this whole time. So by lowering the age, it would stop the legal problems, and they would they're gonna drink either way. So
Yeah, and if these young adults are already having such easy access to alcohol, it doesn't really make much sense to try and prevent it. You might as well make it legal. And you're saying that like at 13 it's going to keep going lower and lower and lower. There's no proof of this. They're really you're struggling with the fact that younger people's brains don't work the same. Once you hit puberty, your brain starts working completely differently, and that's what causes you to want to make these risky decisions. If you haven't hit puberty yet, you're really not in that risky decision-making stage of your life. And also, if we have a younger drinking age, these parents are going to educate